You have to ask, did the king's army kill entire families, children, pets, and those related to the guilty, as done in the flood? Point number one, we don't know if the people he invited said they would come. The king told the servants to tell them to come to the marriage feast for his son. The people refused, they was out having fun. So he sent the servants out again to the ones he invited. They was like, yo, whatever done, they had stuff to do and that concerns with getting them done. Now when the prophet of the service asked again, they get seized and killed in the end. When the king found out, he got his armies and then burned down the cities and killed all of them. After the killing spree, the king was like, go outside and basically invite everyone that you see, either good or bad. So outside to the people, the servants ran. No one told a stranger want to go to the wedding of someone that they don't know.
I don't know.
I never knew you, but some people did. And the place was packed, and that is when the king asked you why you don't have a wedding garment when you didn't have a chance to get one. You didn't even know in advance. Now it's torment and punishment when you dance. Some say these garments were given at the wedding, and notice he didn't. Many see that man was treated unfair. At these points, most of us don't stare. Many are called, a few are chosen. Meaning all ain't called, and only some are chosen. Which means some just ain't called and chosen. You didn't have what it takes, so you burn even though you were chosen. Let's go back to point number one. Once he invited, never made plans to come. But your prophet is constantly at my door telling me that I need to serve their Lord. I got tired of it and that's when I flipped. Pulled it out and unloaded the clip. Why can't the king just leave us alone? Now he's killing us and burning down our homes. We got the wrong interpretation. The story's about eschatology, revelation. A Bible scholar said that none of it really makes sense. Some say the wedding garments are salvation. The word don't give a clear explanation. So we accept what you call elimination. The invite was for salvation to all nations. The only one was found who was given the violation. Some say the man without the garments is Christ, who was sent to hell so that we could take flight. I said whatever interpretation sounds right based on my life, spiritual insight and sight. Christ couldn't wear the wedding garments of sin. That's why the only one found without wedding garments was him. Psalm 55:4 is why we believe we decided to give God a try, which ties into Matthew 11:27, verse 1-5 of the first book of Ephesians, Romans 8:28-29, and the 11th verse of Jeremiah 29. See, when they're called if you're chosen, we wanted in, but for whatever reason, we did not access to the kingdom, even though, you co-took part in the wedding. Those who first invited are all dead. It's now your job. Get to the message spread. That's to the people the king once knew. Now all this good news is given to be accepted by the selected few who accepted this word as the truth. Now does all ever really mean order in the Bible? Give you some examples, I'll try to. Genesis 3:20, Luke 2:1, 4:29, and 12:19 of John. All also means all of X people, or the elect. It's not always contextual. I wish I could explain it more, but I always end up at some wall. The same wall Bible scholars have been wondering for years. The part of the story which remains unclear. Like when you add God's wisdom to the mix when he sent to the invite to people who dissed them. Scholars say the wedding garments were given at the wedding. Be the king's discretion. The point is choice is an illusion, but you're still responsible for what you're choosing. Life and death are the only choices. There are no grace in between, just those two choices. So every choice is basically A or B. Am I digressing or getting to the point C? So I came to give you that brain food to make you ponder on the scriptures while I entertain you. Christ was treated unfairly on our behalf. Before the earth was formed, it's planned. In the story, he's the servant who suffered the king's wrath, given to the one who died because of. This is an expository journey with the tornado, David Winsands. Soli Deo Glory. Christ was the Son. Christ was the man who was treated unfair. Christ was the only one who the garments he could not wear, so he suffered.
not to mention that Christ is also the servants who were beaten and killed. The purpose of this interpretation is to keep your focus on Christ Jesus, not on human choices. And this is the election. 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 This is the election.